A very hearty welcome to each one of you to our channel. As we have already told you that we are going to complete the entire syllabus of maths within this complete crash course, that is of 1 month. So today we are going to deal with the chapter that is inequalities. So please be connected with us, stay tuned and stay there with us. Okay, let us start with this chapter that is inequalities. So in the previous video we have learnt about the quadratic equations, right? Quadratic equations, that means the equations which were dealing with the highest power of the binomial was 2. Those were the equations that we were talking about. In today's chapter we are going to deal with the inequalities. By the name itself we can make out inequalities means something which is not equal. What is the sign that we use for equality or equations? That is this equal sign we were using right now, but when we are having inequalities, then we will be dealing with the signs like something will be greater than the other one, something will be greater than equal to, less than or less than equal to, right? The signs that we will be using will be like, suppose this is my equation. Let us first take a linear equation, right? Linear equation. That means if I write it like this, then it becomes my linear equation. Because this is linear, the highest power of the variable is 1. Therefore, it becomes linear and it is my equation. Why? Because I am having this equal sign over here. But if this equation would have been written like this, x minus 3 is greater than 0. Let it be greater than 0. Then this becomes my linear inequality. Why? Because it is linear first of all. My highest power of the variable is 1 and then it is having a greater than sign. So it becomes my inequality. Something which is not equal. It is greater than, less than, greater than, equal to or less than, equal to. So this is basically my inequalities that I have. Now after this, what are the signs that I am going to use? So I can use my greater than sign as was mentioned here. I can even use greater than equal to sign. That means this part of this equation, that means this one, that is basically the left hand side part, can be greater than or it could be even equal to 0. Right? So this is greater than, equal to 0. It could be less than or it could be less than, equal to 0. So these are the 4 signs that we are going to use while we deal with inequalities. The 4 signs that we are going to use are as follows, right? These are the signs that we are going to use. After this, we have the quadratic inequalities. Now, before starting with it, let me tell you that for the ISC class 11th, they have reduced the syllabus, and in the reduced syllabus for the session 2020-21, we are not having the graphs. So, excluding that part, we are left out with just the basic things. Just a few questions are there. Only the one exercise is there which is a part of your syllabus. So, we will be dealing with that only with the reduced syllabus, right? So, this is how it is. Now, after this, let us talk about the quadratic inequalities. So, something is linear when it is having the highest power of the variable is 1. Now, if the highest power would have been 2, that means it is x square minus 3 is equal to 0, then it becomes my quadratic equation. If I would have got x square minus 3 is greater than equal to 0, then it becomes my quadratic inequality. Right? This is how my quadratic inequality is represented. The general way of writing could be ax square plus bx plus c is less than 0, greater than 0, whatever the sign may be. But this is how it is going to be. This equation, it is there. General form of the quadratic equation with the inequality sign becomes my quadratic inequality. Right? Now, when we are going to solve these equations, then we will be having, for the real numbers when we will solve, we will be using the method of intervals, which we have already discussed, but in this video also we are going to discuss it more clearly. So let us see what do we mean by method of intervals. So when we are using the real number line, if it would have been integers, whole numbers or something, natural numbers, then we can simply say that I am starting from 1 and ending till a certain limit. Or maybe if I am not ending, then it can be extending to minus infinity and plus infinity. But in case of real numbers, I am having all those numbers also. Like I have from, if I say from 1 to 2, then in between 1 to 2, I can have 1.5 also. 1.015 also, 1.00011 also. So many numbers are there. Infinite numbers are lying between 1 and 2. Actually, infinite real numbers are going to lie between 1 and 2. So how to represent it? So for that representation, for the representation of the real numbers, we use this method, which is basically the method of intervals. There we just mention the limits which are there, the upper limit and the lower limit, and that means that within those limits, all the numbers which are going to lie within those limits are going to be a part of our solution, right? So for solving that, I have got an example over here. So we will be solving this example so that we are clear with the method of intervals also, and along with it we will be having that how to solve the quadratic inequalities also, right? So let us quickly see this example which is given to us. And while we solve method of intervals, let me remind you certain points, that if I am going to have both the limits which are there, like that means my upper limit and lower limit included, then I will be using closed brackets. This one, the square brackets which are there, if my limits are included, right? Then if my limits are not included, I can use these brackets. These are the open brackets. And if one of the limit is included, suppose the lower limit which is included, then here we will be using this sign. Other side the open bracket will be there. This is also called as half open, or you can also call it half closed. And if this lower limit is not included but the upper limit is included, then the inclusive sign is this, and so we represent it like this. And whenever we have infinity sign, that means minus infinity if it is there or plus infinity if it is there, then there we will be having the open brackets only. That means this one. For minus infinity and plus infinity, we will be using these braces only, right? Now let us see our example. So my question is, x square minus 2x plus 3 upon x square minus 4x plus 3, and this is greater than minus 3. You may also solve along with me. Okay, so now how to solve it? What we do is, one side we will make it 0 and the other side we will bring all the terms so that it becomes easier for us to solve. Okay, so when I solve it, and even like before doing this, let me just tell you like how do we actually bring the terms. So when I am doing addition or subtraction, both the sides, if I am going to add something or I am going to subtract something, then my sign of inequality remains the same. Suppose if I would have got an equation like this, ax square plus bx plus c is greater than 0, let us say, and this side if I would have added y, then and this side also I will have to add it. So then in this case what will happen, the sign of inequality will remain the same. That means if it was greater than, it will remain greater than. Okay, when I am adding, or even if I would have subtracted something, then too this was my case, right? When I am going to multiply or divide, then in that case, if I am going to multiply this entire like inequality with a certain number, say y, then in that case also my sign of inequality will remain the same. When I am multiplying or dividing with a positive term, please remember this is positive, plus y it is. This side also it is plus y. Then my sign of inequality will remain the same. But if I have got anything to be multiplied or divided which is of negative sign, that means if it was minus y and over here also it was minus y, then the sign of inequality will reverse, or it will become just opposite of what it was. So if it was greater than, it will become less than. If it was greater than equal to, it will become less than equal to. Right? So this is what the rule is. Addition or subtraction by positive negative term will not affect the sign of inequality. Multiplication or division with a positive term will not affect the sign of inequality. But multiplying or dividing by a negative term will definitely affect the sign of inequality. It will reverse the sign of inequality that was already given in the question. Right? So I hope that this part is clear. That is how to bring the terms to one side, and when and how is the sign of inequality changed. Now let us see our example that was given to us. Now in solving this example, what are we doing? We are going to bring this term to this side. I can say it this way also, that I am bringing this term to the other side, or I can call it this way also, that I am adding both sides plus 3. Because if I add plus 3 this side and I add plus 3 this side, I don't think so this will make any change in the question that was given to me, because both sides again it is going to be cancelled. By doing so, what will happen is my plus minus getting cancelled over here. This side I am left with 0, and here I am having plus 3 with me, right? So then after doing so, we can take the LCM for it. Just the basic steps, the basic mathematics we are doing, taking the LCM. This will be there, and 3 going to be multiplied with the entire LCM part that was there, denominator, in the denominator. Then plus we will write x square minus 2x plus 3 is greater than 0, isn't it? This entire part is greater than 0 as it is. Now we will solve the inner brackets. That means it is 3x square minus 12x plus 9 plus x square minus 2x plus 3 whole upon x square minus 4x plus 3 is greater than 0. Now let us first solve this part. That is 3x is there, 3x square and x square is there. That means it makes it 4x square. Along with it we have minus 12x, and over here minus 2x. That makes it minus 14x, and plus 9 and plus 3 makes it plus 12 upon x square minus 4x plus 3 is greater than 0. Now what we do is we try eliminating or eradicating this denominator from here. So how can we do so? Just use a little brain of yours, like how to remove this denominator from here. If I multiply both hand sides by this entire term, can I remove my denominator? Because whatever term will come here, this will get cancelled with this, and 0 multiplied with anything is already 0. That means this side I am going to have 0 only, and from here by multiplying I get rid of my denominator. So that is what the next step we are going to follow. That means we will remove this denominator and bring everything in the numerator part only, so that we can calculate and we can find out the range for the inequality that is given to us. So multiplying both the hand sides with the same term, that is x square minus 4x plus 3. Let me solve it there. So like this we have. This is only the last part we will be having here, so that there is no confusion between the part we are solving. Now see, we multiply both hand sides with this term, that is x square minus 4x plus 3. So I get 4x square minus 14x plus 12, and this to be multiplied with what? X square minus 4x plus 3, and this side also multiplied with this, so it is already equal to 0 only. Right? And in upon we have x square minus 4x plus 3. Now, these both terms getting cancelled. Right? Now what am I having? My only part left out with me is 4x square minus 14x plus 12 is greater than 0. Can I take 2 common from them? And once I take 2 common, let me just do this part. So 2 we take common, then we are left out with 2x square minus 7x plus 6 is greater than 0. Now, if I divide both hand sides with the positive 2, that means plus 2, will it change anything? No. So, dividing this side and dividing this side will first of all not change the sign of my inequality, and second thing, it will have no effect on the question that was given to me. So, I divided, that means here these both getting cancelled, and 0 divided by something is already 0. So, I can write it as 0 only. So now my left out part is 2x square minus 7x plus 6 is greater than 0. Now solving the basic thing, how do we solve the equality equations, that means the quadratic equations that we used to solve. So it is 6 to the 12. That means I need to have something which will, when I add, then it gives me minus 7, and when I am going to multiply both these terms, then I am going to get 12x square, that is of plus. So can I have minus 4x and minus 3x? because minus 4x minus 3x makes it minus 7x, and minus 4x into minus 3x makes it 12x square, right? So 2x square minus 4x minus 3x plus 6 is greater than 0. I can take 2x common from here. I am left out with x minus 2. Again I can take minus 3 common, so it is x minus 2 is greater than 0. Now can I take x minus 2 common from these? So I take x minus 2 common. So taking x minus 2 common from here, I have 2x minus 3 is greater than 0. So now what we do now? We'll put x minus 2 is equal to 0 one time. That means I am getting x is equal to 2. And the other time I am going to put 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. That means x is equal to plus 3 by 2. Now simply drawing a number line. On the number line we will be having two numbers, that is plus 2 we will be having, and one side we will be having plus 3 by 2. So that means if I am going to take any number greater than 2, let us say we take it 4. If I put 4 over here, then 4 minus 2 it is plus. And if I take plus 4 only over here, then plus 8 it is minus 3, that makes it what? 5. Plus plus makes it plus. That means these values will be positive, these values will be negative, and again these values will be positive. And my sign was greater than 0. Greater than 0 means the positive terms. So my this, and it was simply greater than. That means the limits are not going to be included. So I have my solution from minus infinity to 3 by 2, and this is going to be union with this part also. See, if the middle part is having minus, that means this part that was having plus, and along with this part that was having plus, both are going to be a part of my solution. So I write the union sign over here, minus infinity to plus 3 by 2, and then we will have from plus 2 to plus infinity. But both these terms which are there, these are not included. Okay, this is how my answer is. This is how I will be getting my answer. With the help of method of intervals, we have solved this solution, and this is how you have to solve all the questions which are there of inequalities. Just solving the basic, this was all the basic quadratic equations, the way we used to solve it. By that only, the only thing that you have to remember in this is, when do we reverse the sign? That is in only one case, when we multiply or divide by a positive term, we reverse the sign of the inequality. That was there. The method of intervals you need to remember. You have to draw this graph line, then only you will get the solution for your answers. That was all for this chapter. Only this much is there that you need to learn. If you have solved this example, go through the questions which are given in your book. If you have any doubt related to them, then please do ask in the comment section whatever doubts you are having. Until the next video, please stay tuned, stay connected to us. Thank you for watching our video.